John Ronner, you're the angel researcher, aren't you? Huh?
Yes.
You believe this, don't you?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
If I look into the eyes of this audience, I can tell which of you believe and which of you do not.
All right, John, you have some skeptics out here, and as I told you, I know who they are. You can tell they look kind of, you know,
Uncomfortable, right.
Look, what would you say, Mr. Ronner, sir? You have researched angels for many years. You yourself are very honest to say have never had an angelic experience. How would you, but you definitely believe that there is such a phenomenon?
At this point, yes. Not always that way.
And to the skeptics, you would want to say?
I think I'd want to say, first of all, to the skeptics, it's okay, don't worry, we're not trying to change your mind. That's not the purpose of this. And we acknowledge that there's no scientific proof for any of this. We can't snap our fingers and cause an angel to appear. I actually like skeptics because they use their brains. I prefer a person who thinks to a person who accepts everything blindly that comes down the pike. So, and having been an agnostic myself, you know, as a young man, I can sympathize with the way the wheels are turning in your heads.
You were an agnostic and now you're a believer, huh?
Well, yes, after looking into it, I came around to the conclusion that there is some circumstantial evidence, although no scientific proof, that this is going on.
Sir.
I'm just curious, a lot of these stories sound like ghost stories and things that I've heard growing up, and I'm just curious what you think the difference is between ghosts and angels.
That's an excellent point. I'm glad you enabled me to address that. We've got a lot of stories like that here. The term guardian angel is so loosely used in our culture that it can mean a variety of things. And when you go out and start talking to people and say, I got a guardian angel, and you get the story from them, you'll hear all sorts of things. Some people feel their angel is a superior being, and an entity of light that is clearly above us on the evolutionary scale. Some people feel that an angel, as is the case in the case with Jocelyn, has taken on human form, disguised itself as a mortal, and some people feel departed loved ones continue to look after them.
Yes.
I was wondering, are angels ghosts?
They're like me. No.
Are they ghosts of
Are they always ghosts of departed?
Or can they just develop from nothing?
Mr. Ron.
Strictly speaking, an angel, in the very strictest sense, and in the traditional understanding throughout the medieval church era, is a superior spiritual being who has never incarnated in the flesh on earth. However, as I said earlier, the term guardian angel is very loosely used by people to mean a variety of things.
Yes. Yes.
I just have a quick question. How do you conduct your research? Do you talk to people, or?
I've talked to hundreds of people in the last 10 years. The interviews have accelerated, of course, in recent years. When you start speaking in front of groups, typically if I talk to a group of 200 people, hands go up all over the place with experiences.
Sir.
Excuse me.
Do you have a guardian angel? And other questions answered about angels. Its author is John Ronner. So most of us believe this.
John, you know about a lot of similar experiences. Do you believe Scott?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Scott's story is typical. It falls into one of many different types of categories of angel encounter. Some people feel that their guardian angel is a superior spiritual being that stands way above us on the evolutionary scale and may show itself as a figure of light. Some people, like Scott, though, feel that they have had incidents in which departed loved ones have come to be with them, to comfort them, or in a few cases even establish a lasting relationship to look after them from beyond the veil, from beyond the grave. In some cases, people feel that the angel is a superior being that has taken on human form, disguised itself as a mortal. So there are a lot of different ways people experience angels.
Thank you for calling. Appreciate you sharing that with us. You hear a lot of those kinds of stories, John?
Oh, sure. Yes, very much so. Where children especially have been rescued, or sometimes the child will actually see the luminous being or the angel, and the adults around them are not aware of this until later, after the incident's over. The kids start saying, well, who was this person of light that I saw? And none of the adults saw this.
Does everybody have a guardian angel?
Well, according to traditional thinking, each of us gets a guardian angel at birth. It's whether we're Mother Teresa or Al Capone, and this angel stays with us until death, at which time there's a separation. But Sharon, that's just one of competing theories. I've talked to some people who feel they have more than one guardian angel. I've talked to people who feel that their angels have watched over them in shifts, so it varies. Coming out of the near-death experience, for example, you can have somebody clinically dead for 15 or 20 minutes with no vital signs. Suddenly they're revived and they insist that they've been hovering around watching the resuscitation procedures. And they're accurate in their description of what happened before they have a chance to be briefed. And not only that, but they claim to be elevated above the proceedings, looking down on it. And they're giving you the perspective of somebody who was above, not the perspective of somebody who's lying flat on his back on the hospital bed. So it doesn't prove anything, but there are some tantalizing signs that this is more than just subjectivity or wishful thinking.
Once again, you guys are on your way to the Donahue Show. You'll be taping tomorrow. It can be seen here on Channel 4 on Friday morning. And I'll mention your books, John, one more time. Do You Have a Guardian Angel? And also Know Your Angels, because you'll be talking a lot about those two books.
I'm sure we will.
All right, thanks, John, and thank you, Scott, for being with us. Appreciate you being here this morning.